Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
That's right, fun, funny, and fast. It's the Wednesday edition of Ace and Friends. As they say, that's only good thing about Wednesday is it's not Tuesday. It's a day closer to the weekend.
Is that what they say?
I saw that somewhere one time, and it's kind of those things that kind of sticks with you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry. Let me be clear up front. I don't know what kind of shape I'm in. I've had a very long night. Mm-hmm. But that baby went to bed last night. Amanda's night to put him down about 7 o'clock. I had some work stuff to do. Got it done. I got in the bed around 8:30, 9 o'clock or so. And it felt like just a couple minutes later, I heard crying. Oh. And normally we let him cry it out or whatever, but not last night because I looked at a little thing and he's gotten it. Even though we've lowered the crib, but now he stands up now. And now when he stands up, he's up.
Game time.
There's no laying back down and crying it back out. Now he's up. So there's no reason to sit here for 20 minutes and let him try to see if he's going to cry it out or not, because he's not.
Yeah.
Which we've come to learn the hard way. Yeah. So it was 12:45. And I went in there to check on that 10-month-old baby, and immediately I knew, aha, I found the problem. Because when you open the door to that bedroom, it was like, whew, I could smell that diaper from here.
Really? Yeah. He's like, buddy.
But now, the catch is, now you got to turn the light on. So now he's awake because you got to get him, unzip him out of his pajamas and the whole thing, and change his diaper, and he's not thrilled with that.
Man.
Yeah, and then he had blackberries for the first time last night. He loved them. I mean, he was housing blackberries. May have been what kind of led to the problem. Oof. I don't know. That's all I can think.
It hits you when you go in the room.
Sometimes it did that. It did last night. I opened the door. Was like, I know the reason he's awake. Whoa. But then he wouldn't go back to sleep. Then he was awake and he was fidgety, and I rocked him until like 2. We put him in the bed with Amanda, and I went into the guest room to lay down, and then like at 2:30 he was awake again, and I rocked him again until about 3:20, and I got him back to sleep. And when I'm awake, by then I'm up.
Oh my God.
So I've essentially been awake since 12:45.
Yeah. Holy cow. That's crazy.
Oh, it's parenthood. It's fantastic. But there's something we got to discuss today, the elephant in the room. And it comes from our very own Tech D Rob. A fashion choice has been made that I need to know more about with Rob's hair. Next.
Oh, yeah.
Ace and Friends. When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. We're here with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and he's ready to save you some money, get you some money with an instant equity line of credit. How does that work, Richard?
Best product ever. We take a little bit of your information. We find out if you get an offer or not. If you get an offer, you can decide what you want to do. Get your money 4 days later. Pay off credit cards. Do home improvements.
I've done it. It's super simple. And again, start to finish, 4 days, you get your money. HomeWithRichard.com is where you get the process started. It's HomeWithRichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Ace and Friends.
We come to you today for this edition of Ace and Friends, fun, funny, and fast, with Tech D Rob, newly aerodynamically styled.
Yeah.
Rob, what is the reason for the big hairstyle change? Rob's hair now, you've just shaved down the sides, and it's essentially a mohawk, am I right?
I've done that a lot. actually. Remember, I used to have the ponytail. It's a similar cut.
Yeah, I know you've done it before, but I was kind of surprised when you walked in this morning. It's down.
It just, it gets on my nerves having hair on my ears. So
did Meredith do it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Outside on the back porch?
No, in the kitchen.
Okay. Now, this begs the question, just in case somebody doesn't know. Historically speaking, when Rob has his haircut outside on the back porch, the hair's just left there. He doesn't sweep or anything. So now that you had your hair cut in the kitchen, what's the status of cleanup of said hair?
She vacuumed it immediately after she was done.
Oh, good.
Good girlfriend. Love that.
So she did the cutting for you and then immediately vacuumed it all up to keep everything clean and tidy.
Yep.
Love that.
Were you in your underwear and T-shirt?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because if you don't know, Rob strips down to his underwear and T-shirt every day when he walks in the door, usually leaving his socks and his pants in the living room. I'll let that lay there for a minute so you can take it all in.
Yeah. It looks like the rapture happened.
Yeah, no matter how many, he was one of the ones who wasn't left behind.
Yeah, he got taken. That's what it looks like every day.
So, Rob, when she did it last night, you said, this is what you said, and it looks good. It works for Rob. But you said, like, hey, just shave it off. Or was it a slip? And you decided, I'll just go ahead and shave it off.
No, I said, like, where I kind of have a little bit of a receding hairline. So where the point is on my forehead, where it would normally, go towards the middle or the sides of my head.
Yeah.
I said, just take that as a line all the way back.
Okay.
Nice.
Man, got a hairline like Dracula.
That's terrible.
So I just try to picture it. You're in the kitchen. It works for him. Rob can do a lot of different things with his hair that I think, they work.
It's a little wavy and thick right now. I gotta do something about that.
Can she thin it out?
I don't think
You
so.
need a pair of thinning shears. She can get in there and cut that out.
I have to get somebody else. I think.
And he gave her the right instruction. When I go to get my haircut, I still ask for the little boy's haircut. I never learned beyond. They're like, what is it on the sides? I don't know. Give me the little boy's haircut.
They're like, you're 36, man. Can you figure out a better way to phrase that?
The little man's haircut, okay?
Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue, and once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do the higher end shots.
Now 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
This is Ace and Friends.
Just so you know, to be completely honest, during the break, I got upset about something and used a phrase that made everybody laugh. I can't tell you what it was, but it was just blank and blank about blank and blank. And it was one of the dumbest things you ever could have said.
And sometimes it's so tense, we're just like, oh.
I know.
But
I don't mean to be tense.
I don't feel tense at all. I used to feel tense.
I heard Riggins snicker. He was laughing.
I thought it was funny.
As soon as I heard Riggins go,
He's harmless.
I know it's dumb. I'm frustrated with myself.
Yeah, if he's gonna lash out at anybody, it's gonna be on himself. So I know it's like I'm safe. He'll just do something to himself.
Happened. They were laughing as we came back on the air at what I just said. Look, here's proof. There's a great TikTok going around. Proof that men and women are different. And the faster we learn to accept this, the better off we're all going to be.
I feel like this app has taught us that guys will love something and not tell a single soul about it. Like, remember the Roman Empire stuff? Guys were like, all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, of course I think about the Roman Empire once a week. And we're like, what? Why didn't you say anything? And now what's up, brother? All these guys were just religiously watching him and never talked about it. Like, how do you do things in silence like that? How do you feel things and not tell anyone? How do you not tell everyone how you're feeling all the time? What?
Yeah. Whoa. Doesn't get it.
That lady, that woman cannot understand how guys do not tell everybody how they're feeling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like when I go to a friend's house and Meredith goes, well, how are they? And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
It's good.
Yeah.
Fine, I guess.
I didn't ask.
Yeah, you talked to him for an hour. Yeah, it didn't come up.
Right.
Yeah, I love that though. All these guys have been religiously watching this guy. What's up, brother?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know.
Didn't talk about it at all.
Nope. They might talk about it to each other. They just might do it real quick to each other. Did you see that? Oh, I didn't like that. They going about their business, whatever it is.
Yeah,
we are just different. Always have been. Always will be. It's just a difference.
We built different.
Yeah, we built different. In my marriage, my wife needs to vent regularly about stuff where she feels she's been wronged. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100 has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not involved. I don't know. And what I've learned is don't offer advice.
Yeah.
I try to come up with one solid question. Like, she did that right in front of you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just to let her know that you're listening. And
do I care about the answer? I don't.
Yeah.
But it makes it sound like I'm locked into what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
She's always looking for questions from you.
No way. Really? She did that right in front of you.
I'm so sorry.
Ace and Friends.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo. I mean.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move it. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. We have a lot of listeners calling in, taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Ace and Friends presents
I'm about to have a good day.
The good news.
About to have a good day. First good thing today, it's May 1st, and the month of May is loaded with great sports stuff. I mean, if you're a sports fan, you got the NBA and NHL playoffs, the Kentucky Derby, the PGA Championship, the Indianapolis 500, the Coca-Cola 600, the NASCAR All-Star Race, the French Open Tennis Championship, all happen in the next 30 days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty spectacular. Plus, this month you got, Cinco de Mayo Sunday.
Sure.
Mother's Day, Memorial Day weekend. That's an awesome one. Whew. That's good news enough right there.
Yeah.
But there's more. We had a lot of good news today. There's a cop in Canada who decided to anonymously donate a kidney, and it saved a school teacher's life. And now they're buddies. Both women opted to meet after their surgeries, and they're now good friends. The cop's name is Annie DeVoe. She says she heard a story about an anonymous kidney donor on the radio, and that's what inspired her to do it.
Wow.
So she just gave a kidney. Like, hey, I got a kidney to give. See who I match with.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and this is even more incredible. Think about what you were doing, who you were in the 8th grade on the school bus, and if you could have pulled this off. A school bus driver in Wisconsin had a medical issue and passed out behind the wheel with a bus full of middle school kids. But an 8th grader named A.C. Holland immediately took charge. He got her foot off the gas, got the bus pulled over and stopped, and called 911. Turns out, everything's okay. She was actually awake by the time help got there. And then she was taken to the hospital and everything worked out. But no injuries, no accident, no nothing. And there's the question. In the 8th grade, could you have seen that situation and gone, I got to do something, and jumped right in and helped get her out of there and get the bus stopped?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could. Well, I know I could have.
Yeah. Because I knew how to, not drive a lot, but I had some experience behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And I think if I knew what was happening, I could have figured that out.
I can do this. And I would be willing to bet my friends, my buddies would have all jumped in. We could have all jumped in and like worked together to get it done.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely could have gotten it done. Rob?
No.
Because you wouldn't want to be involved, or you didn't know enough in the 8th grade to do that?
I'd be scared.
Okay.
Well, yeah. It is scary, no doubt. But
yeah, but not doing nothing is scarier to me.
Yeah, crashing in a school bus.
I'd rather try to do something than just not do anything.
Somebody else to step up.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's my philosophy in life.
Rob's senior quote. Somebody else will step up.
Somebody else will do it.
We're going to play a game next called Do You Agree with ChatGPT? It's a pretty interesting idea somebody had. It'll be interesting to see what everybody thinks.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
Did you catch all of that, Reagan? Rob has to go to the bathroom, I guess. He goes, if you need me for this, and we go to something else and come back to it later.
No problem.
Something's going on.
He's like, I got things to do.
I gotta go to the restroom right here. Do you agree with ChatGPT? This is a fun idea. So they asked ChatGPT to list off the musical artists that people are most sick of.
Okay.
So this was selected, essentially, artificial intelligence made the determination of the musical artists that people are most sick of. Here's the top 5-1. Number 5, Post Malone.
Yeah.
You think people are sick of Post Malone?
Yeah, I think there's enough people that are sick of them.
Number 4, Maroon 5. But you haven't heard from Maroon 5 for a long time.
I think people just find them annoying.
Okay. Number 3, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Yep, I would agree. Number 2, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I would have said she would have been number 1.
Even despite the fact that she's setting records right now.
Yeah.
That she's blowing up everywhere, even bigger than you thought possible.
Yeah.
Okay. And number 1, Justin Bieber.
No, that's a weird one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's not even, doing anything.
Yeah, if you go through the top 5, again, these are artists most people are sick of. Post Malone, I don't think so, because I think he's kind of segued into a different world. He's eased over into the world of country. So his pop and hip hop fans or whatever aren't even really paying attention to what he's doing right now. So I don't think they're really getting a lot of them. They're not sick of him. Maroon 5, yeah, I think they needed a break. Kanye, I think people are sick of Kanye. Taylor Swift, it's hard to say. A lot of people are sick of Taylor Swift only because they're hearing about the greatness the records that she's setting. You know what I mean?
And she's been exposed to a new group of people that weren't really following Taylor Swift. So, it's a lot. And to be honest, it's a lot of Taylor. It is a lot of Taylor.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And then number 1, Justin Bieber. He hasn't done anything in forever.
Yeah. I mean, at his height of popularity, a lot of people were sick of Justin Bieber. But
True.
Yeah, it's been a long time since he was the guy.
Also in the top 10, Cardi B, Ed Sheeran, who hasn't done anything in a while. Imagine Dragons, again, all selected by ChatGPT. Imagine Dragons, Nicki Minaj at 9, and Drake at 10.
Yeah, I would have said Drake would have been in the top 5, just because he's such a big artist.
Yeah, and he's always out on social media, even when he doesn't have music out. He's being exposed, put out there. He's hanging here. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's one of those. So
yeah.
It's easy to get overexposed with social media these days.
I love Maroon 5. They're like, what the hell did we do? We weren't even...
We had none of these since the Super Bowl, man. Calm down.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
You're about to hear something that no man will understand, but a lot of women will. It's from a TikTok, and it kind of speaks for itself.
Not everybody agrees with this, but I love it when you get in your car and it's like a little oven. Oh, it's my favorite. I like to call it lizard time. It makes me so happy. My fingers can warm back up. I can feel it in my bones that I'm getting warm. Oh my God, it's the best.
Ugh, that's like my nightmare.
When you get in a car in the summer and it's just scorching hot.
I love it.
And growing up in Louisiana, I just remember those times you would we'd go to the mall with my mom, and before you'd get in the car, you'd open the door and just wait a second and let the heat get out. Then you kind of maybe you reach it internal because the seats would be too hot.
Yeah, it hits you just like a glove, like bam, right in the face.
And it seems to take hours before. If you have a 45-minute drive home, it takes 43 minutes before you realize, oh, the car's cooling down now, and we're home.
God. Yeah, no guy in the world would say that. No.
You get in the car and you have the air conditioner running, but it's so hot that your shirt gets wet with sweat, even with the air running.
Yeah.
But there was a time, and maybe this is what hampers or haunts my memory of this from being a child. My mom had a car that she loved. And my dad showed up one day and said, "Hey, I sold your car today. I need you to get your stuff out."
Yeah.
And then a few days later, a week later or so, he brought her a new car. 2 weeks ago, she had a new car. And in the summer in Louisiana, heat index 114. You'd go to the mall and it's sitting in an asphalt-covered parking lot. And you'd come back, when you open the door, it had this really musty smell because the car that he replaced the car that she loved with had been underwater. And he got a really good deal on it.
I bet he did. Took a little swim.
I was like 8 years old. Like, what?
What is that smell?
This is what you brought her in replace of that big car that she loved? Yeah, she had this big white 4-door Lincoln Continental, and it was awesome. And she loved it. And he just sold it one day and brought her I think it was like a Mercury Cougar 2-door. It was brown, but it had been underwater, so they would still get this musty smell. They're like hot musty too.
Oh God,
so,
a little damp.
Yeah, we're standing outside waiting for it to get the airflow in the mall, not because it was too hot, but because it smelled too bad to get in the car.
God, that's so gross. I know you love that car, but here's something.
Right. That is burned into my memory as a child.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
Ace and Friends. Whether it's good or bad.
Hey, did you see that?
Can you not?
Important or not.
Okay.
Don't.
Sorry.
This is the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day.
You'll be talking about this story the rest of the day because this person made news the other day, went viral. And we thought, oh, surely that's just for the video. Turns out it's not. Lenny Kravitz went viral a few weeks ago for posting a video of himself at the gym in leather pants. And it turns out that is what Lenny Kravitz wears to the gym.
Yeah, I believe.
I remember saying they did that for the video. He doesn't wear leather pants to the gym. Wrong. Lenny Kravitz says he's always in boots with leather pants or jeans. It doesn't bother him because he doesn't sweat much when he's lifting weights. And also because of his schedule. Quote, I'm coming from somewhere or I'm going somewhere. I just don't care. I'm going to pop in. I've got 45 minutes. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to go run to where I'm going. So I don't do it for effect. I didn't do it to be like, oh, let me be so different and wear leather and pants and glasses. Nope. It's just me walking in off the street, end quote. He does say he will obviously wear sweats if he's doing cardio because that's when he gets a real sweat going. He knows what he's doing and says he's had the same trainer for 25 years. He also trained with professional athletes. Quote, I won't mention names, but they're all people you would know, and they'll tell you I train very seriously. End quote.
You can't tell me he's not sweating in those leather pants. That's what everybody that stinks says. I actually don't sweat that much.
He was on a decline bench, taking the bench press bar, going back all the way, doing a sit-up, then bringing the bar up over his head. He's working hard. There is no way he doesn't sweat.
No chance.
Especially in wearing leather.
Tight leather pants.
As someone who has worn leather pants on stage, never any other reason other than that, but you sweat a lot in leather.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I'm sure Lenny Kravitz's quality of his leather is much better than what I wore on stage.
Yeah, maybe.
But the principle's still the same.
Yes. You're sweating in that. And he's got a point. Like, I'm always coming or going. I need to work it out. That's fine. But don't act like you don't sweat in leather pants. Come on, man. Come on. And y'all did a show with him. He was sweating then.
He sweat a lot then.
So
it was hot, middle of summer in an air-conditioned room, and they had told us to turn the air off for his voice. And he walked in and was like, why is it so hot in here? We're like, your people said turn the air off. He goes, my people don't know what they're talking about. Please turn the air off.
I'm sweating. I know I said I don't sweat, but I'm sweating.
He wore a lavender shirt with jeans and sunglasses. And he had big old dark purple sweat moons under his arms.
It's hot.
You lying, Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, come on.
Ace and Friends.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Ace and Friends.
Man, I got to communicate better. I wanted to ask y'all a question here, but I wanted to give you a heads up to formulate an answer because it's going to be kind of tough. We'll do it anyway. Rob and Riggins are not married. I like about the way that this. I'm on my second marriage now. I've been married for a little over 3 years, almost 3.5 years, to my wife, Amanda. We're an age gap couple. There's a 24-year age difference between us. We have a 10-month-old. Riggins is 36 and completely single. Loves a first date, hopeless romantic. Tech D Rob is 38, and he's had Meredith, his girlfriend. They've been together. They live together. They've been together for 9 years. So, out of curiosity, and I don't honestly know why I thought of this. Oh, I was reading a thing about marital advice, and always thinking that people say if you can't do it, you shouldn't be giving somebody advice, which I disagree with completely. You can have an opinion on things if you've never, I've never been the president, but I've got opinions on what the president should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you had to give someone marital advice, even though you've never been married, what would that marital advice be?
Oh, gosh.
Thus the reason I intended to give you a bit of a heads up.
Because that's a tough one.
I just thought of it last night. It was like, oh man, that's a good idea. And I jotted it down. And then I meant to text y'all or something last night or even this morning, and I forgot. And then it just hit me like, oh, I wrote that down to talk about here, and I didn't let them know.
Don't give in. Stand your ground.
There you go, Rob. Rob's a stand your ground, man. Like, even though you're married, no matter what, you never give in, Rob.
Yeah, no matter what, you know best.
At no point, you're telling me at no point in your 9-year relationship have you ever given in.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
I got 2 damn dogs, so I gave into it.
Oh yeah, you went to the beach once.
Yeah,
more than once. It was every year for a little while.
Yeah, you hate going to the beach
until COVID happened.
Okay.
Yeah, there probably are those things for Rob. He does.
Yeah, but they
just don't hear about.
They're
them.
They're very few and far between.
Correct.
To be fair to Rob, he really is he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So, Riggins, top of your head, nothing comes up.
Well, I don't know. I hear that advice, like never go to bed angry.
Yeah.
Is that even true? I don't know.
Yeah.
Should you not? I don't know.
I don't know either because I've failed miserably at that many times in my life.
Yeah, I think I would too. I'm like, why? What is that rule? We have to fix it tonight? Let me sleep on it.
I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I've never subscribed to that rule.
I'd be tired. Like, I see all these protests happening. I'm like, I could never protest because I got to go to bed. They're like protesting at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, we're going to meet up at 10. Rick's like, no, we don't have to meet up at 10.
Yeah, right. I'll be exhausted. No way.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Ace and Friends.
Riggins just made a great point as we were coming back on the air that he could never be a protester because they protests are too late.
I'm stunned.
Nobody wants to protest at 5 a.m.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to get the media out there, 4:30 or 5 to watch you protest.
Yeah.
And nothing's going on.
People fighting with the cops at 2 in the morning throwing wood. I'm like, this is exhausting just watching it.
So that's why Riggins can't protest. We're talking about this, all the anti-Israeli protests that are happening at the college campuses, and they don't happen until the clashes with the police happen late.
It was the middle of the night.
Yeah, and then Rob wouldn't do it because you got to go outside.
Well, and there's nothing I feel that strongly about. Like, I can't think of anything that if you took it away from me, I would be upset about it most likely, but not upset enough to do that.
You can't come up with anything, Rob. Like if they said, "Hey, we're going to take everybody's freedom of speech," you wouldn't think, when are we going to the streets with this?
No, I'd be like, man, that sucks, but I'm not getting into this.
He's like, on the flip side, people do be talking too much.
If they said, "Hey, we're going to ban all video games,"
good one.
I'd be really upset, but again, I'd probably just have to. I'd make do, I guess.
What would you do the rest of the day every day, Rob?
I guess I'd get a lot of naps. Maybe watch some TV.
There is nothing that you think of that you can think you would go. I would go out and protest for that.
No, I don't think so. I don't have that much conviction for anything.
Love that. I love that for you.
I appreciate the honesty.
It is what it is.
What if everybody just said, "Hey, today we're rallying for America. We're going to join together. We're going to become one. We're all going to hit the streets today, and we're going to get this country back on the right path, and we're going to be united and excited and fired up and patriotic today. Let's do it." What do you say, everybody? Let's take 1 hour. Get in the street, walk for a mile together, and just feel like we're all doing it for the common good.
Y'all have fun.
What if there was a shorts ban in America?
I would not be happy. But again, I would adapt.
What would you do every day for pants at that point?
I'd have to adapt, I guess, because I'm not going to go go to a shorts rally.
I feel like that would be the closest thing to get you out there. Like,
you mean I can't wear flip flops no more? What?
Yeah. They ban what are those shoes?
Crocs.
Yeah.
Crocs and shorts.
I would hate it, but it is what it is. You got to. Things happen for a reason. God doesn't want me to do these things anymore. Is the way I always look at it.
So anytime something is removed or broken, you just think, "Well, God doesn't want me to do that anymore."
Yeah, that's it. Clearly, this isn't part of God's plan.
Love that.
Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
This is Ace and Friends.
I'm surprised, Riggins, you watched the Bon Jovi documentary.
Yeah. I saw a trailer for it months ago.
Yeah.
And it was really enveloping or whatever. It looked good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched it. It was great.
Would you ever watch something like that, Rob?
I wouldn't be opposed to it because I watched the Michael Jordan documentary.
The Last Dance?
Yeah, and that was incredible.
It was phenomenal.
Normally, I don't like documentaries, but I mean, I like Bon Jovi's music, so it's definitely something I could see myself being.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with that. It's 4 episodes, but each one's over an hour. It's like an hour and 20 minutes per episode.
I enjoyed the first one the most. That was kind of like the formation of the band and stuff, but it was all really good. Really, because I don't know a lot about Bon Jovi.
Yeah, that was interesting, though, because a band that has transcended its generation. There aren't a lot of bands, but there are more from the 80s than from most other places that have made it. Like the Rolling Stones just launched a new tour the other night. Mick Jagger's 80 years old.
That's wild.
It's crazy. But who would you say, because we're of a different generation, who would you say are musical artists from the 80s and 90s that if you had kids today, you're like, okay, here's some you need to know. Would Bon Jovi make that list?
I think so.
Okay. No. Really? They wouldn't?
No, that you need to know? No, I wouldn't.
Okay. I'll give you 2 that I think are the gimmies. Michael Jackson, Prince.
Yeah. I was going to ask if it could be dead ones because Whitney Houston, I think, would be on the list.
Yeah, I think let's because they can be dead. Whitney Houston, I think, it's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, so you said yes to Bon Jovi or no, Rob?
I said yes to Bon Jovi.
You said no at Riggins?
Yeah.
Okay. U2.
No.
No, not for me.
We're talking about 2 acts, though, that still play stadiums around the world.
Around the world, exactly.
In America, too.
Yeah, but
they just did 20 sold-out nights at the Sphere in Las Vegas with 22,000 people a night.
You're like a U2 super fan, though, so it's not even fair. The Eagles.
Okay, 70s.
They have enough songs that
Absolutely.
I think that you probably should know that.
I think to me it's more of a cultural thing. If you've had a cultural impact like that, the Eagles, yeah, you should know the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 80s and 90s bands everybody should know. Nirvana.
I think they had a couple good CDs, but he wasn't around long enough to make it important.
He was only really around as a star for 3 years.
Yeah, which I don't think it's enough time.
I think that makes him more important. I think that makes Nirvana even more important because that was a game changer. A seismic musical shift occurred, and then he was gone. And there's a huge story in there because it changed everything for about 3 years. You know what I mean?
On the flip side of that, though, I would say Foo Fighters are more than I would say for Nirvana.
I think that's another one you should know.
Foo Fighters.
But I would say Nirvana over the Foo Fighters. I always find that interesting to hear from different people what artists from different generations they think you should know. But no Bon Jovi, really? Can we rethink the Bon Jovi one?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. More Ace and Friends coming up.
They say there are only 2 things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Our friend, the
Ace and Friends.
Sometimes there's good news, sometimes there's bad news, but every day there is stupid news on Ace and Friends. There are signs that someone is driving drunk. You know, they're speeding, swerving, driving off, drifting off into another lane. But then there's this. Somebody in Michigan called 911 early Monday morning when they saw a damaged truck at a gas station with a large tree embedded in its side. The driver inside was unresponsive when police arrived. They woke up the driver. He was still intoxicated. Unclear if he was injured or not, but he was sent to the hospital to be checked out. There's no word on his name, but he's 18 years old and being charged with operating while intoxicated.
A tree in in the car.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, there was a picture posted online, and the sheriff's department posted a picture, and it looks like a 20-foot long tree is just jammed through the side of the car.
Jeez.
It is just insane.
18 years old?
Yeah,
man.
Now, I'm not really a gambler. Riggins?
Not really.
Not really. You're a little bit more of a gambler than I am.
Yeah.
Rob, you're not a gambler, are you? Well, my question is, I know that gambling is hot these days, and everybody likes to gamble, and the apps, especially, we live in North Carolina, people have come here, and the app world is exploding with betting apps like crazy. It's every other commercial. But where do we draw the line is my question. Dave & Buster's is going to start letting customers gamble on arcade games.
I saw that. So
That's
for
interesting.
example, you and a friend jump in a car racing game, and you can bet $5 on who wins.
That's cool.
They're rolling it out in the next few months at all 223 locations. You have to be a loyalty member because they're running it through a new feature on their app. And you've got to be over 18 to be able to bet. They haven't said which games you'll be able to bet on. Could be all of them. Could be a select few, like, skee ball or their Hot Shots basketball game.
Sure.
They're planning to limit how much you can wager, but haven't said what that limit is yet. They expect the average bet to be around $10.
That's cool. It makes everything more exciting.
I'm sure it's little bets too, so it's not bad.
Yeah, but is there a point where you're just like, do we have to gamble on everything? It's like people that smoke weed now. All they want to do, you have to smoke? Does everything you do have to be about weed? Does your tea have to be weed? And does
everything weed all the time.
Got him.
I just want to smoke and gamble all day long, every day.
Yikes.
That's the stupid news.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends.
There are a lot of people that have white noise that help them sleep. And then there's this lady who was caught with a rather unique sound helping her sleep. And it's weird. Next.
Ace and Friends.
World famous Richard Toccato is here with us, and thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, "Hey, show me about that refi, and let's do some stuff like that." That's the way he put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Ace and Friends.
White noise is common when it comes to people sleeping, taking naps. There's so many different sounds, though, now that go with machines. You're a white noise person, right?
Yeah.
Rob, do you have... Well, you've got a fan and so many things. You don't have any artificial noise, do you?
I've tried white noise and stuff. It just doesn't work the same for me.
Yeah, a lot of times I sleep, especially if I sleep in our guest room or it's really an office, but we have a bed in there. I'll have old TV shows running.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend was like that. She had to have the Food Network on.
Yeah, I just need some sound that's going on that I don't have to pay attention to. But this lady's gone viral on TikTok. She takes a nap every day, and I guess her husband caught her napping sound machine. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear this because it's a little bit low, but we can kind of describe what's happening here. Yeah. She's asleep on the couch. Yeah. And she naps to the sound of cows. Cows mooing.
Cows mooing and their bells.
Their bells. And it's on her phone. It's laying right by her head. And he walked in and saw it. It's like, I'm going to film that. And walked over. And it's just laying there. And it's on a YouTube. She found it it's a YouTube video.
Yeah, it's like 10 hours.
10 hours, yeah.
Cows mooing. And it's loud in that room.
In Dax's room, the baby's room, he's 10 months old. And there's a thing on YouTube you can hit. And it's 10 hours of just shh.
Yeah.
That sound. If I put 10 hours of and cowbells going off, like who can sleep to that?
That's not even calming. Like it's not like crickets or a babbling brook or a river or something. Moo, ding, ding, ding. It's crazy.
I hate that.
Does yours come off of a machine or your phone, Riggins?
Machine.
Okay, so you have a noise machine?
Yeah, and it's loud.
And you set it, does it have a various
It's
things
on
you
24
listen to?
hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, you leave it on all the time?
And it's been running for probably, I've had it maybe 10 years, and it has not stopped. Never unplugged it.
Since the day you got it and turned it on, you've never shut it off. Well, except like when you moved. So you moved from one place to the next. It gets plugged in that night and it runs again.
Right on my nightstand, it's out of the way, and it's loud. You can hear it throughout the house.
So where you live now, you've lived there 2 years?
Yeah.
About 2 years?
Yeah.
And once you plugged it in and started it, in 2 years, it's never been shut off.
Never. No.
It's always running. Isn't it annoying during the day?
I've had people tell me that it's annoying. That it's too loud.
I like the way he called it. Girl, I've had people tell me that it's annoying.
Yeah. They at least make a comment. I go, you'll fall in love with it. Trust me. No, I don't think so.
Do you turn it down?
No.
When people are over?
Yeah, I have turned it down maybe a little bit, but not much.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta go to bed. I'm tired, man.
Especially when you have doing some work.
Stay tired. Yeah, exactly.
Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
I did something I'm kind of embarrassed by on social media.
What did you do?
In an attempt to gain favor with someone.
Oh, I saw this. No, it's not embarrassing.
I didn't know how to do. I was a little embarrassed because I'm not good with that sort of thing. So, quick story. Saturday night, I went to the Kenny Chesney concert at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And while walking, gone to get a beer, was walking back through, and you kind of you'll be in proximity of somebody. I was talking to some people from radio that I knew, and a member of somebody who listens to the show came up and asked to take a picture, and I was taking the picture, and as I turned, there was another guy taking a picture, and there was a moment of I immediately went, oh, I know that guy. Mm-hmm. I love this guy. And there was I think, does he recognize who I am? Mm-hmm. And I said, and I said, oh, you're Marty Smith. And I said, I'm Ace from the Ace and TJ show. And he says the words, not gonna lie, he says the words, oh, you are a legend. Well, night over at that point. Kenny Chesney can go on stage or not, I don't care. I love Marty Smith. I love his work. But we took a picture, and so I wanted to get him on one of my podcasts.
I did see this too.
So I posted it, and I said, here's the highlight of the Kenny Chesney concert for me Saturday night. It was a pleasure to spend a few minutes meeting at Marty Smith ESPN. He was just as cool as I expected him to be. Now, how do I get him to let me interview him for my podcast?
Sure.
And I tagged him.
Nothing.
He yet to tag me back.
Yeah, well. Give him some time.
Yeah, I know. I put it on Instagram and Twitter. And I figured, one of those is going to pay off.
Yeah, for sure.
So we shall see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It hasn't even been 24 hours yet.
Yeah, but your interactions on social media with other celebrities have not gone well. Was that fair to say?
Okay, what celebrity?
I'm thinking of the basketball player.
Malik Monk, the number one. He was the first round draft pick of the Charlotte Hornets. And one day he just followed me on Twitter, and I don't know how that happened. I was like, oh, wow. So he followed me. I followed him back and DM'd him and said, hey, man, welcome to Charlotte. And he unfollowed me.
Well, guess who's still in Charlotte and who ain't, okay?
Yeah, so he clearly realized, oh, I didn't mean to follow that guy.
Who's that?
I was trying to be polite. Like, oh, you followed me first. So I followed you. And I have no idea how. I'm positive it was an accident of some sort.
Maybe.
But anyway, he did. He followed me. And I was like, get out of here. Malik Monk followed me. I followed him back. Hey, man, congratulations on being the first round draft pick. Welcome to Charlotte. Unfollow.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation, to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation?
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's NEOGENIX. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, mistakes happen, even in restaurants. Fine restaurants like Cheddar's. I got to be honest with you. I, for the longest period while watching this, was confused. It's like, she's getting at a Cheddar's. But I was thinking Checkers. The hamburger place.
Yeah.
Who gets Alfredo sauce at Checkers? At Cheddar's. Then I would wait, I'm thinking of Checkers, the hamburger place.
Interesting choice for a Checkers.
Right. So, and at first I remember thinking, I didn't know you could eat inside at Checkers. But
they got tables and everything.
Checkers, not Cheddar's. But this girl's at a place called Cheddar's, and it was a chicken Alfredo she was having. Yeah. And it was okay. She said it tasted kind of funny. She wasn't sure what it was all about. She's kind of explaining it here.
Just
Just off.
This isn't right. This sucks. This is really sucky. This tastes like poor quality. I'm just over here eating just like a little bit. And then the server comes up and he's like, is there something, like, is your Alfredo okay? And I was like, and he was like, is there something off? I was like, yes. And he was like, they mistook the gravy bag for the Alfredo bag. I'm eating gravy and pasta.
That sounds so bad.
But I like the way the waiter approaches it. Excuse me, is there something off with your chicken Alfredo?
How did she not realize that it was that off? Is what bothers me.
Well, I wondered the same thing. It doesn't look that off. When she shows the picture of it, like, it doesn't. You don't look at it and go, oh, it's not brown gravy.
No, it's like a white. Yeah. It kind of looks like a country gravy or something.
And it's one of those things that I can see how that would happen.
Yeah.
You get busy, you're in a kitchen, there's a lot going on, you grab the wrong thing. It's while you're preparing it, it still looks the same for the most part. They look very similar. And she's like, something's not right with this.
I'm eating pasta and gravy.
Because it's pasta and gravy.
And
which,
chicken.
I got to be honest with you, doesn't sound horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably still finish. Yeah, that's why she said it's not disgusting, but something is different about it.
I mean, chicken, pasta, and gravy seems like a pretty good combination.
Yeah, you do that with rice. I mean, it wouldn't be any different, but it wouldn't taste like chicken Alfredo, that's for sure.
It was kind of funny though, the way she described the guy walking over here. Something off with your chicken Alfredo.
Yeah. But yeah, it is. But I'm going to finish it because it's
like,
not bad.
Well, I don't know. Why don't you tell me why you came over here to ask me that question?
Yeah,
for real. I want to know.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo. I mean.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move it. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. You know, we have a lot of listeners calling in, taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in 1 day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
This is Ace and Friends.
Oh, we're going to put a bow on another great edition of the Ace and Friends show. Riggins' turn today. Riggins, favorite thing from today's Ace and Friends?
You getting dissed by another celebrity. Once again.
Malik Monk? Too early to say Marty Smith dissed me.
Maybe.
He's not dissing me. Marty Smith's not paying attention to his Instagram, probably see that I tagged. He didn't look at that.
You don't think?
No, I don't think so. In my mind, I thought I would get next thing would happen is there would be a DM. Hey, man, we talked about that. I would love to do that.
Hell yeah.
That's what I thought would happen.
Yeah.
It's not what happened.
Well, give it a day. Give it a full 24.
Okay.
Give it a beat.
So we come back tomorrow and I haven't heard from Mark.
Yeah, then you're screwed. You're gonna look like such an idiot. No.
Then I look sad and pitiful.
Yeah.
Teddy Robb, favorite thing from today's episode of Ace and Friends, and I know you missed a little bit when you were in the bathroom.
Dang, man.
No, he's not wrong.
I remember Rob walked through and goes, "If you need me for this, just you have to move it to somewhere." I was like, "I'll be right back." And I was like, "That man is serious about what's happening."
Honestly, I don't remember.
It was that intense?
It was intense.
Oh my gosh. Kind of blacked out for a little bit?
I'm not having a good time.
He's probably there patting his brow with paper towels. Like, whoa, what is happening right now?
He does black out when things get serious. We know that.
That is true.
The room is spinning. What's happening?
I need a Gatorade and a sleeve of crackers, some saltines.
Oh, speaking of Gatorade, did y'all see the Catholic Church? The Catholic organization that created an AI priest so people could do confession and ask questions and all this kind of stuff. Ugh. And less than a week into, I think 6 days into it, they had to pull the plug on it because the priest was telling people that they could baptize their babies in Gatorade.
Oh, God. What?
They had, a couple people reported like, hey, we asked the answers are weird. They said we could baptize our baby in Gatorade.
We should be able to do that.
Let's check. We're going to put an end to this program.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
AI priest started one of those. It started strong, but the longer it ran, it got worse. The answers got weirder and weirder. They were like, before we get into anything really outlandish, we just need to put an end to this little program.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I would have preferred to go to confession with a computer because that is a scary thing.
That has got to be frightening. I mean, I didn't, growing up in the Baptist church, it was frightening enough just praying.
Yeah.
But when you got to sit there knowing that God knows who you are,
yeah,
and you have to tell all your sins.
Yeah, and our priest was a family friend, so if you go behind the wall, he'd be like, is that you, Brian? And I go, oh, God. And he's like, why don't you just come around to the other side? So, oh, no.
Man, don't make me sit here.
Yeah. And then if you're not giving up enough sins, he's like, is that really it, though? I've heard I'm like, no, today it is. I promise you that.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't like that.
We'll see you tomorrow.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.